Imagine getting the chance to create your own football boots. Not just with your name on it, but your actual own football boot, created absolutely from scratch. That's exactly what happened as PUMA reached out to us and offered to create a boot inspired by our city, Copenhagen.
It's all the dream.
And the result is these. The PUMA Future 2.1 Jolter, the PWG PUMA Netfit Lite freestyle shoes, and the PUMA ONE in leather J-Mike edition. But let's go back to the beginning to see how we created our very own football boots.
You better believe it. It's more than the same. All my people can feel it. Yeah, it's all the dream. 16 lines to build it one at a time now. Tell me, homie, what will you define? This is all a dream.
For us, this whole project kicked off in a small meeting room where we sat down with some of Unisport's brightest creative minds to find out which direction we wanted to take. And looking back at it now after all this time, it's actually pretty fun to see how close to the end result we all were right from the beginning.
I really like this, like the sole plate with the yellow and the black arrows. I just want my plate. You have some shapes.
Really want to kind of incorporate kind of a pattern, somehow a bit more rough edges, geometrical.
In my boot, it has to say, I'm always tired, but I never sleep. I don't give a where it is, but it's gonna say it.
Jolter, you talked about patterns as well?
I really think Camo, is just cool. We could even have all the sole plates to have the similar style of whatever something.
Yes.
If you have a yellow sole plate on both, then at least it's gonna look somewhat similar.
I agree. Then we just take my plate. Boom. Write down 7th of December in your calendar. That's where we go to PUMA.
And yeah, that was more or less where we ended up after our first brainstorm session. And once we were done putting our initial thoughts from the meeting on paper, the next step for us would be to visit the PUMA headquarters in Germany for a full day of action.
I am so psyched.
We can do whatever we want, and I promise you we're gonna.
Here, we presented our vision for the City Pack to the PUMA product line managers and finally sat down with Con O'Brien, the graphic designer who was pretty boss at translating our ideas into a more precise sketch of a boot.
Where we begun was inspiration boards, keywords, taking those, getting our first rough sketches, the raw ideas, really working together to make sure your pack really looked like a collective pack.
I didn't know what to expect. They said what we could do and we presented the ideas and they loved it. The bus started building.
Of course, we had prepared ourselves beforehand.
You guys originally came in with a very clear plan. So what we had the opportunity to do on this one with the process was to go a lot more into unique stories. This is also where you can get a lot of great results because you don't overthink things. You don't have time to overthink things.
I came in here, I had 3 things in mind. It was black, it was gold, and it was red. There was nothing else in my mind.
My first plan was just to have the beautiful arrows on the sole plate. That was like the key for me, and that still pops. But I think with all the little details and all the asphalt cracking and the whole progression from the darkness and the hard work and the training into the light, the success, the transition, it's all there. It's beautiful.
For me, it was fantastic. It was fascinating to see your enthusiasm to come true.
Look at the man, deep in thought. What is he gonna do? Right now we're watching the boots come to life in a live designing session. You excited?
All in.
Camo all over the place.
I came in with just a camo pattern with an idea that the camo pattern actually features some imagery and messages and symbols almost. And the way this dude put it together was just sick.
Of course, having somebody and not only one person watching over your back while you're working can be tough, but thankfully for me, I've been used to this for quite a while with a background in graffiti. I'm used to people stopping, having their input.
The biggest surprise was that how my thoughts that was all over the place came into life by this genius with a board right there. It was just amazing to see. It was like entertainment.
Choosing release papers, the texture of the synthetic on the boot. And as you can see, there is a lot of stuff to choose from. Jolter, what you going for?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. That's it, Phil. Yeah.
The next step is that we sit back, we wait, then they're gonna make samples, and we're gonna see the boots. Are you kidding me? Is this This is basically like being a kid at Christmas.
Should I like sit down or like what's the procedure here?
Well, Jolter, the procedure here is that after a long wait, PUMA finally came to visit us in Copenhagen with the first ever samples of our boots. Keep in mind that up until this moment, the boots had only existed as drawings and graphics on the screen. So here's how we reacted to the first physical pairs.
Oh my lord, this plate is the bomb. Wow.
Whoa! It's weird to hold it now. Like I don't know what to say. Wow. I absolutely love it.
This is actually a lot better than I thought it would be. See, the thing, guys, when you make boots, is that you do a couple of sample rounds. So this is basically the very first time this has even been made with this design. So often you see that you have to amend a few details here and there, and it might not look as cool as the final product, but this is a lot better than I expected. Guys, bravo. This is good. Very good. I'm gonna wait outside.
Aye, there's the star. Camo. J-Mike!
Yes. Okay. Wow, that is a strong piece.
Where's the other boot?
Whew. See, this is a strong pack. Look at this, man. Wow.
It looks like a pack. I haven't even seen Philip react to these yet.
Oh, he was excited. I basically had him on FaceTime when he opened the box.
Was it good? Holy shit! Damn! Alright. Oh wow.
I've basically been obsessed with boots since I was 12, and I've always wanted to create something myself. If you ever are sitting out there, you have a dream, you have an obsession, just keep working at it because you're gonna end up with this. It's so surreal, standing here with a creation in my hand that I basically kind of dreamed up in my head.
So yeah, seeing the first samples got at least some of us a little bit emotional, but right after the initial shock, we sat down with the PUMA team to find every and all the little details that should be corrected for the final product.
Right off the bat, I maybe think that the upper could be even a little darker.
I think I would have to do a little bit more work on the heel counter.
So basically here is the only clean line. You can basically tell it's just a piece of synthetic that's been slapped on top and then printed.
And once the final notes and last changes were in place, we waited again.
Copenhagen. Yeah.
So, after close to a full year of working together with the PUMA team, the day finally came. No more planning, no more samples. It was time for the official launch event of the Copenhagen City Pack boots in the Unisport flagship store. Where else than in Copenhagen?
Copenhagen's on my shoulders. I feel it coming, man, the wait is almost over.
Now, to launch the boots in style, we invited the Skill Twins and Copenhagen Panna House to do what they do best. And we were even joined by the legendary graphic designer Khan from PUMA. Needless to say, we were all in fantastic mood, but at the same time, it was still hard to believe this whole project actually happened.
Guys, today was something I can't speak anymore. Guys, you're way too excited for this. Yeah.
Joel, do you want to take these?
Listen, in a couple of hours, Lukaku is gonna wear my boots.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Okay guys, let's take a moment to think about the fact that Jolter's PUMA Future were worn in an official game by Danish pro player Kasper Fisker. And, as hard to believe as it may be, Romelu Lukaku actually rocked my PUMA Ones against Spurs on the day of the release. Oh, okay, they lost the game. But imagine having one of your favorite players in your favorite team wearing your boots. I know.
Basically, this has been a dream of mine for my entire life. To actually sit down and just say, yo, you have a blank canvas, you can do whatever you want. And it's actually a terrifying experience because basically I can do whatever I want. What am I gonna do? I really like this, like the sole plate with the yellow and the black arrows.
I just gotta say, it's been a crazy journey, and I'm so happy that I'm still got the origami camo. Really want to kind of incorporate kind of a pattern, rough edges, geometrical.
You guys already know. If you give me a blank canvas, what's the first word that comes to mind?
I really think camo, is cool.
I don't even know what to say. Like first when Jay called and said, hey, are you interested in designing a boot? I didn't think it was real. Like something is gonna be made by PWG. This is my shoe. This is my sneaker. This is my freestyle shoe. I don't think I'll be able to believe it. I still don't, so that's that.
It wasn't about the PUMA project, it was about your guys' ideas. Initially we came in with some maybe a great idea, but basic graphic elements. And then along the process, pushing those to really add that wow effect after. Yeah, this is the best part. I have two favorite ones, one for the process, one for the final result. For the process, I'm gonna say Future. Especially with the stories you had with the custom camo at the time. Yeah, I love that one. I always love camo. As a designer, you always want to play as many graphic elements as you want. And number two for the final result, it's got to be this. Good man. Not because you're here, to be fair. Again, as a graphic designer, you want to be the one with the most graphics, the most flash. So, yes, these two.
Sometimes words are difficult to find, and this situation is a brilliant example. What an experience, what an honor, and what an end result we have on our hands. It honestly doesn't get much bigger for bootheads than this, and it's something all of us will really cherish for the rest of our lives. Now, without turning this into an emotional cry fest, let us know what you think about the process and, of course, the final products. And remember that you can get your hands on the City Pack via the link on your screen. We're really humble for every pair we sell. So thank you for the support and stay awesome.